Welcome back. So, following our recent deep dive into nurturing self-love, it feels like a really natural next step to look outwards.
Yeah, outwards to where love often starts, right? In the family.
Exactly, towards our families. Today we're exploring the first bond, family love and the roots of connection. We're drawing from Rhythms of Love, episode 2. And our goal really is to unpack how family, and it comes in so many forms, doesn't it? Establishes those initial rhythms, how we experience love, safety.
And even how we physically feel, how we inhabit our bodies. The source material really lays out how those early family experiences set our fundamental emotional tempo.
Okay, so this first rhythm, like the first beat of our personal song.
You could put it that way, yeah. It's the baseline.
The source highlights how these first family interactions set that tempo. It makes you think about consistency versus inconsistency and how love was shown.
Definitely. What's really interesting is how consistent nurturing early on tends to build, it's a secure foundation. It helps with trust, emotional stability.
Okay, secure base.
Right. Whereas inconsistency, that can lead to a more unpredictable internal rhythm. It might affect how we handle emotions, maybe even physical stress responses down the line.
And those early physical things matter too, don't they? Being held, spoken to gently.
Oh, hugely. They are absolutely crucial in setting that secure beat. It's worth reflecting, what did those earliest experiences actually feel like?
That makes a lot of sense. The material also gets into roots and branches, how family shapes us, but doesn't necessarily lock us in entirely.
Exactly. It's about origins, but also growth.
I was really struck by the bit on inherited movement and emotional memory. Have you ever caught yourself moving or standing just like a parent or grandparent?
Oh, for sure. Family traditions, rituals, they reinforce these patterns, don't they? And that inherited movement, a gesture, a posture, it shows just how deep these family rhythms go. They get into our bodies.
Wow, so it's physically ingrained.
It can be, yeah. But importantly, the source also talks about our ability to, create new rhythms if the old ones aren't serving us well anymore.
So we're not just stuck with them.
Not at all. It starts with noticing those inherited patterns, becoming aware, and then consciously choosing what feels right to carry forward and what maybe needs adapting.
That feels empowering, actually.
It is.
Then the discussion shifts to the unspoken language of family. And this part really drove home how much communication happens without words.
Absolutely. Body language, tone of voice, just someone's presence, or even their absence. It all communicates so much.
Actions really can speak louder, can't they? Especially within a family unit.
Definitely. A comforting touch, just being there reliably. That stuff creates a profound sense of security, or the opposite if it's missing. It's useful to think, what actions, maybe more than words, showed love in your family?
What did that look like or feel like physically? What was the rhythm?
What was the actual physical feeling of that family rhythm?
It's a powerful reflection. Now, the source also brings up chosen family and evolving bonds. This feels so vital, especially when biological family rhythms might be difficult or absent.
It's key, isn't it? Because that fundamental human need for connection is still there. So if our birth family can't provide that steady, supportive rhythm,
we seek it elsewhere.
Exactly. Chosen family, close friends, mentors, supportive communities, they can step in and offer that vital love and sense of belonging. They help us find or build a different rhythm.
And our roles within families change over time too, right?
Naturally. As we grow, relationships evolve. The question then becomes, how are you actively cultivating those nurturing connections now as an adult? Both maybe within your original family, if possible, and with your chosen family.
A really practical question to consider. Okay, finally, the material mentions RhythmSpeak integration. This seems to look at family love through generational movement.
Yeah, it's a fascinating lens. It suggests things like actually noticing inherited gestures, maybe even mentally re-experiencing a comforting childhood rhythm, like being rocked or swayed, and noticing how that feels now.
So connecting body memory to emotional feeling today.
Precisely. And it prompts us to identify, say, a movement in our own body that represents protection or nurturing. And also to maybe differentiate between movements linked to comfort versus those connected to tension or stress from the past.
Feeling the difference in your body.
Yes. Tuning into those physical echoes of our family experiences. Our bodies hold these memories, the good and the difficult. Recognizing these physical patterns can offer real insights into our emotional world.
What movement signifies safety for you, or what habitual tension might be linked to an old family dynamic?
Those are the kinds of questions it encourages.
So wrapping up this deep dive into Rhythms of Love, episode 2, it seems the big takeaway is that family love, whether it felt harmonious or, maybe dissonant, it establishes a foundational rhythm.
It absolutely does. It shapes us deeply, emotionally, and, as we've discussed, even physically.
And understanding that influence is powerful.
Exactly. Because understanding that initial rhythm, seeing its patterns, gives you the power to consciously choose which rhythms serve you well and you want to keep, which might you want to gently shift or release.
It's about agency then, recognizing the enduring influence, but also shaping our own ongoing rhythm.
Well put. It's about honoring the roots while tending to the branches you want to grow.
Some really insightful points to reflect on there. Thank you for exploring these rhythms with us today.
My pleasure.
Until our next deep dive, we hope you find a greater awareness in the rhythms shaping your own life.